So initial claims came out, initial jobless claims data came out at better than expected. Also with continuing claims, better than expected. There's a slight recovery, it seems, in what I would like to call an artificial recovery, because these are just businesses, these are just jobs that were already fired, rehired again. These are the same jobs. These aren't actually new people getting actually new work. These are just people from their same old job, getting off expired stimulus, getting back to their job, trying to get back in the workforce where they were already. The vast minority of those people are actually new workers at new businesses. So this is a fake trend of initial and continuing unemployment claims. So there's data that suggests that yes, there's a recovery in the both initial and continuing unemployment claims, but it's entirely artificialized by already working people that were fired and then getting rehired by the same workforce simply because they had nowhere left to go after stimulus has expired. And it still looks as though we have a delay in stimulus. So we have EARS here, EARS, kind of consolidating at pre-market highs, just under the psychological resistance of 1.5. It's flagging actually under the 1.4 area, so it has a range between psychological resistance and current resistance, so a 10-cent range of breakout zone. On a $1 stock, it's not typically favorable to have it kind of flagging 10 cents under a psychological range, because that means there's a whole 10-cent range for it to be a fake out. There's a whole 10-cent range for there to be a fake out. However, if it does come down to the EMAs here, or like the 9 or 13, that is a better positioning style or better confirmation that this is in fact a healthy trend to move higher. Looks like we might be testing that resistance once again. Could see a break here, maybe not. I don't like the volume here. I mean, it's kind of descending, but we're seeing a squeeze over. Let's see if we could close over. That's the big key. Meantime, just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and get my order book open and ready to go for EARS, because I do like the setup. I do like the technical setup. I do like the catalyst. Here's that pullback to the EMAs I was talking about. Just waiting here. Just waiting for the right signal. All right. So this confirms the largest volume candle on the 2-minute right now for EARS to the downside. So we might see a continuation to the downside because of that. The ask is not done here. Okay, so it's continuing lower here. Might see our first little minor bounce off the 9 EMA. There it is. So let's see how it reacts here on the first most short-term EMA. Typically a good test to determine the velocity of the move, whether it's going to be rapid or not, or if it's just going to continue trading sideways and eventually inevitably squeeze to the downside risk. So clear bounce off the 9 EMA. so far confirming that there is a great line of support um, throughout these statistical areas of the trend. Just got an alert on PHUN, but it's not moving, so never mind. By the way, fairly big news. SpaceX is actually currently launching Falcon 9. It's actually in orbit. Well, it's not in orbit, but it's on its way to orbit right now. So that's pretty interesting. It's on its way in Florida. Currently, it took off in Florida, Falcon 9. So that's pretty interesting. Shout out SpaceX. Shout out Elon Musk. Shout out his new fortune, his new record made fortune thanks to the Fed. The Fed gave him his fortune. Just got, oh, never mind. Still watching ears here. I'm liking the consecutive red candles. Um, okay. All right, so I'm gonna get in right now for my first allotment. I'm only gonna do one more allotment after this if it decides to either break down more or if it decides to do a red to green move, I'll add more to the upside too. But either way, I'm gonna add more here. The reason why I got in was because if you saw that doji appear on the 2-minute, while after a confirmed, kind of support on the 9 EMA after the two previous candles on the 2-minute, kind of confirms that there's clear support in this range. There's clear support that people want it to go higher. People want there to be higher lows. Where actually on the 5-minute, we are testing right now the higher low status at 123 accordingly to the 5-minute chart. So let's see here. It looks like we're having a nice little bounce. People really buying into that support there. Again, confirming its higher lows status. So let's see here. All right, there's a little bust to the moon. Is it sustainable? That's the question. Give it a second. I'm liking the progression of volume on the more shorter term time frames.
Quick scalp.
Nice. Buyers coming in. We're about to break out. We are breaking out of descending resistance. It's trying to follow through, but clearly we have profit takers here. Approaching 1.4 again. This would be a nice breakout here, confirming not only the higher lows, but also the breakout of that 1.4. Then we talked about that 10-cent range, not only surpassing pre-market highs, but also that 10-cent range. That is a risky range. Okay. So that breakout failed so far anyway. That was a fake out. trending back to its higher low support. A lot of selling here. Okay, I'm gonna add to my position here. Okay, so I'm doubled up because it's getting tighter and tighter into this descending triangle. I'm going to obviously cut my loss short here if I sense the first signal of weakness. Thus far, it's extremely, extremely strong of a trend. Like I said, I believe this will end up being a descending triangle breakout, despite the fact that it faked out once. It's tried testing the 143 times and actually 4 times, and it hasn't broken once. But the fact that it's setting up this higher low status for another breakout opportunity, that's a very powerful position. Breaking down from that higher low status, so the position of ears is much weaker right now, but we haven't even closed off our 5-minute candle yet. Did close off our 2-minute here, so it's looking fine as long as we're above our 20. Still holding. Here's an attempt at descending resistance for potential breakout. You do need to see that volume. It looks like it's coming. A little dump. Hopefully some can buy this pullback. Okay, huge buyer on the ask there at 26. I think he drifted away. All right, I'm out. Oh, I actually screwed up my order. So I kind of screwed myself.
Max, take a look at KCAC.
KC.
Not really much news, but I'm trying to understand what's going on. It just IPO this year sometime.
Well, it's a strong trend.
Yeah. I think some type of merger or something. It's a merger with SPAC. In the Discord, I searched it up, but I'll look on Twitter too.
Yeah, I don't know. Some rumor. Yeah, so so ears was a loss. Unfortunately, as you saw, I had trouble getting out because the first order I sent out didn't get filled because I forgot to change it from a day order to an extended hour order, which is totally fine. So that's kind of all the buying power I had today. Um, so now it's really just up to monitoring other opportunities for other times. Um, and um, uh, so yeah, that's it for today. Finance Nerds is not responsible for any losses you take. We are not financial advisors, and we are not responsible for, again, any losses you may undertake. This is primarily for entertainment purposes only, and trade at your own risk, do your own due diligence, um, and uh, thank you.